perhatian lebih kan kepada nasabah, itu menjadi.
Betul Pak, itu dia yang saya bilang kedewasaan industri itu.
Pemirsa, Anda masih bersama saya dalam diskusi tentang di mana peran asuransi saat pandemi COVID-19. Ini sesi terakhir. Pak Ananta, I think all companies, including life insurance, hurt by COVID-19 pandemic. How do you turn around your company? Please, Pak.
First of all, I think it's important to have a very strong shareholder commitment and ensure that we are well capitalized. And to that extent, yes, FWD is very well capitalized, and that gives us a position of strength as a starting point. I think these are times when we really need to focus on protection. What people are looking for is protection against health and core protection as a proposition. So by moving the focus from investment or whatever to selling more of protection, there is a genuine opportunity to be able to provide what the customers want. And that's something which we need to be mindful of. 3, we also notice that insurance as a general awareness tool needs to increase, because it's a very long-term plan because of which individuals and customers buy insurance. So short-term fluctuations should not impact the long-term plan of people. So if I buy an insurance product for protecting me and my family, for my children's education at a later point in time, because something is happening in the short term now, should not affect my decision to plan my children's education, which is later, which insurance can help. So I will say, insurance as an industry, we should create awareness to the public to say, we are insulated from the short-term fluctuations to give the long-term return to the customer, and with the long-term interest in mind, they need to buy, and therefore, protection serves very well. So we have recently even introduced a traditional new product called Critical Armor product, which is a multiple protection. So multiple critical illnesses are covered under one product for the family. So it's a great opportunity for people to buy into a product which will take care of their long-term needs without worrying about the short-term, because they buy it for the long-term nature. And fundamentally, as an insurance player, we need to keep in mind we have the responsibility to give the shareholder return so that we run a profitable business, to take care of the customer's need and service them well, and at the same time ensure that all the staff and agents are remunerated appropriately. So we believe being digitally ready, we also have our products available for customers, the traditional products, standalone health policy, Bebas Handal, online for customers to buy. So there are a lot of initiatives in place to ensure that we keep the business going and the customers benefiting.
Yeah, thank you, Pak. Pak Peter, what your company do to turning around your strategy to strengthen the business, the financial this time?
Yeah, so thank you, Pak Primus. I think again, we as an organization in Indonesia serving the public as large need to take a step back and say, what are we currently doing? Because what we're currently doing is definitely working. I think from a life and health and an Utama perspective, it's shown by the results. And more importantly, I think surveys have been done. I think the insurance users are looking for more information about COVID-19 and whether the policies cover it or not. And, is there any evidence that having insurance is important in these uncertain times? So I think for us, it's really critical to continue to communicate and talk to our customers and our partners and our brokers and affinity partners, and communicate the same message and to see what is the need of the customer in this changing environment. And then to go back to the drawing board and really develop our products, our service, our claims, to make it easy, accessible to the customer and our intermediated channels, and make it simple. And I think the change of the environment or product need is really important. And I'll give you an example, gadget insurance. And this is something that never happened before. We know that the number of users, all of us can't live without our gadgets, and we cover the gadget insurance. That is something that connects people to us, connects people to their family, connects it to their businesses, and I think that is important. So we really focus a lot about our customer, what our customer needs, and how we develop and tweak our products and services to suit that customer and to suit the customers at large. And we believe that this will strengthen our presence, our numbers, and provide protection for the greater customer at large in Indonesia.
Ya, Pak Jens, what's your strategy right now to maybe to improve, to protect your investment? I think Prudential has a lot of unit-linked, investment. Please, Pak.
Ya. Terima kasih. I mean, I think paling penting untuk Prudential is in this time we must stay committed, and we are also caring to our nasabah, to our communities, to our agents, to our business, and to Indonesia. Prudential sudah eksis 170 tahun, 95 tahun di Asia, dan tahun ini kita sudah 25 tahun di Indonesia. And our credo and our commitment, kita sering juga, I think, communicate is listening, understanding, and delivering. Dan kita pastinya harus anticipate the situation, and we must prepare. And financial strength matters. I think I'm proud to say the Prudential, we are a market leader, and we manage all of our customers' uang, our investasi, like you say, from investment link, very, very well. This is our top priority. And financially, I just want to say also peace of mind. Indonesia, saya sekarang juga tinggal cukup lama di sini, pastinya up and down, pastinya ada surprises. Tetapi I can see one thing, Indonesia juga recover-nya cepat-cepat.
Kalau turun cepat, naik cepat juga.
Betul, betul. Dan saya yakin ini karakteristik investment link is long term. We provide proteksi untuk long term. Juga investasi for long term. Kalau komitmennya long term, this is mungkin juga pesannya untuk Indonesia, do not panic. Percaya Indonesia and do not panic. I think the country, saya yakin, and all the investment will bounce back. Protection is pending. So I think our commitment now, stay committed, stay caring, provide education, I think keuangan, for literasi keuangan, and make everyone aware. And we all, I think all the industry, like in Prudential, our commitment must be not only bayaran claim, but we must do more untuk nasabah dan juga untuk masyarakat, and help and support each other.
Ya, tidak ada pengurangan workforce di Allianz ya, nggak ada PHK, Pak Jens.
Pasti ada, tidak PHK, no.
Tidak ada sama sekali.
Ya, committed.
Strong. Oke,
Pasti,
good Pak.
Boleh percaya, Pak Primus.
Iya. Pak Peter, do you reduce your workforce in your company for efficiency? No.
No, I must say that also our results are very solid and really good. Solvency ratios are really good. As a management, even right the way through to Munich, we at no stage at all talking about making any staff redundant. We actually are really focused at still providing the protection to the customer. Our results are still coming in. No talk at this moment about reducing the number of staff.
Pak Nanta, your workforce still okay?
Thank you, Pak Primus. In fact, actually, we are doing the other way around. We want to really step up the recruitment initiatives because we feel we have an opportunity and an obligation to give alternative and additional career opportunities for many people. So we are going to invest to ensure that we can offer more people an alternative career in our agency and other channels so that we become a platform for individuals to look up to see if they want an alternative career. That's our approach, Pak Primus.
Ya, Pak. Pak Togar, bagaimana secara umum Pak? Ada asuransi yang sudah megang-megap juga, kalaupun tidak ada PHK, barangkali potong gaji atau apa?
Ya, beberapa company sebetulnya sudah melakukan, katakanlah, merumahkan karyawannya tanpa harus digaji. Ada juga yang memang beberapa direksinya potong gaji, Pak. Dan ada juga beberapa perusahaan lain dengan melakukan, ya terpaksa dia PHK. Memang jumlahnya belum besar, Pak. Namun demikian, Pak, ini kan baru beberapa bulan nih, Pak. Kita kan nggak tahu nih COVID-19 ini sampai kapan. Dan kalau bicara recovery, sebetulnya kan kita mesti sadari juga bahwa industri asuransi ini kan jasanya tertier, kebutuhan tertier, bukan primer. Jadi kalau terjadi recovery ekonomi di Indonesia ini, saya pikir yang pertama adalah yang kebutuhan primer dan sekunder. Artinya yang tertier akan belakangan, Pak. Namun memang kita juga sadari bahwa karena teman-teman ini dalam masa pandemi ini, COVID-19 ini, tetap melakukan rekrutmen, itu yang sebetulnya kita harapkan akan tetap membuat premi ini tetap masuk, Pak. Jadi memang kami juga sudah menghimbau perusahaan anggota untuk melakukan rekrutmen sebanyak-banyaknya. Atau anyway mereka juga hidup dari komisi, bukan dari gaji.
Ya.
Demikian Pak Primus.
Pak Kristianto, secara umum Pak, ini kan sudah masuk bagian akhir, ya masih ada waktu. Tapi secara umum bagaimana OJK melihat ini Pak? Perusahaan asuransi.
Ya Pak. Terima kasih Pak. Jadi kami bulan lalu OJK sudah menerbitkan POJK 14 tahun 2020 ya Pak ya. Itu POJK yang mengatur antisipasi atas jadi kebijakan countercyclical Pak untuk mengantisipasi dampak COVID-19 ini. Khususnya untuk LJKNB termasuk industri asuransi. Salah satu ada dua poin Pak. Yang pertama kami merelaksasi terkait penilaian kualitas aset dalam rangka menilai kesehatan keuangan. Yang kedua, ini pro konsumen, Pak. Begini, jadi kami merelaksasi pengakuan atas piutang premi menjadi 4 bulan, Pak. Artinya apa? Artinya konsumen diberi keleluasaan untuk menunda dalam tanda kutip pembayaran premi yang harusnya sudah jatuh tempo. Nah, dari sisi konsumen diberi kelonggaran sampai dengan 4 bulan. Dari sisi perusahaan asuransinya juga, karena diberi kelonggaran, kami mengakui piutang premi sampai usia 4 bulan, begitu Pak. Nah, dari sisi industrinya, terus terang kalau kami menilai kedewasaan industri teruji dalam kondisi seperti ini. Seperti juga momen-momen musibah yang terjadi di Indonesia seperti bencana alam, gempa bumi, itu teruji, Pak. Bagaimana perusahaan asuransi melayani konsumennya. Misalnya pada waktu gempa bumi, bagaimana respon perusahaan asuransi membayar klaim atas rumah, atas bangunan yang rusak karena gempa bumi. Nah, kondisi saat ini pun mungkin kalau tadi diskusi terkait coverage atas biaya pengobatan ya Pak. Sebenarnya jauh lebih besar dari itu karena coverage dari industri asuransi juga mengcover risiko-risiko di luar itu, misalnya risiko bisnis atau risiko-risiko lain yang terpengaruh karena kondisi perlambatan perekonomian seperti ini. Nah, jadi kami menilai kedewasaan industri teruji di sini, Pak. Tadi Pak Yan sudah singgung ini industri asuransi ini profil bisnisnya long term. Kalau 2 bulan saja sudah bermasalah, ya konsumen akan menilai perusahaan asuransi mana yang bisa tetap mempertahankan pelayanannya dalam level yang memadai dan perusahaan asuransi mana yang kemudian sudah bermasalah dalam waktu 2-3 bulan ini. Demikian, Pak.
Ya, Pak Peter, your general insurance, do you cover business risk?
Not when you talk about business risk, normally the construction all risk and property all risk, yes. But generally, I think in the market on business interruption, as long as it's not, it's on the premises we cover, but outside the premises, no. So, you know, definitely we look at the risk of each business, and there's many assets or facets to that insurance product. So, yes, we would cover the business risks on construction and property all risks, but not business interruption outside of the business interruption that's not in the workplace.
Ya, Pak Jens, tadi POJK dijelaskan oleh Pak Kristianto, adakah nasabah yang susah diberikan reschedule in term of premium payment?
I think kita sangat appreciate Pak Kristianto sudah bilang ada yang fasilitas untuk bayarin premi to defer like untuk 4 bulan, dan ini juga satu fasilitas untuk perusahaan asuransi jiwa di Prudential. Kita juga communicate dan kita juga kasihnya fasilitas ini. Saya yakin ini juga priority kita sudah bicaranya how to make sure kita bisa maintain proteksinya dari nasabah kita. Dan di Prudential kita juga ada banyak facility, ada juga banyak opsi how to make sure and kasih fasilitas khusus that everyone adanya maintain the cover in this time. Pastinya if orang PHK ada financial difficulty atau bisnis untuk sebenarnya tutup, we have to look into option. Satu option is kita bisa reduce uang pertanggungan. Kita bisa juga ada premium. So we have beberapa opsi, tapi paling penting is all of our customer paling maintain the cover, harusnya maintain, and this is our visi ya.
Yeah. Pak Ananta, I think not all your customers good in payment. How do you treat your customer? Rescheduling in terms of premium payment?
Right. So normally we have a proper process to be able to see how we encourage and educate people to pay premium on time. More about why they bought this for. So our process is even before 45 days before the premium is due, we start reminding the people that the premium is due. And again, about 15 days before, we remind the customers that the premium is due. So we really encourage them to pay, because we don't want to, in the short term, they losing focus to compromise, as I mentioned before, the long-term benefits of the product which they have bought into. That's the approach that we have taken. But yes, there are a lot of options available for people to pay. If they want to change their annual premium to monthly premium, we allow that to happen. So that if I don't pay 1 year premium, I can pay at least 1 month premium, so that the policy is in force and I continue to get the benefits.
Yeah. Pak Peter,
Yes,
yeah. How do you treat your customers when they cannot pay premium in a certain time? Halo, Pak. Halo, Pak Peter. Ya, barangkali koneksi agak terganggu. Nah, Pak Togar, secara umum implementasi dari POJK tadi gimana, Pak? Ada kelonggaran relaksasi, bagaimana nasabah yang kesulitan PHK nggak bisa bayar premi bisa ada penundaan atau gimana?
Iya, counter cycle yang dikeluarkan OJK itu sangat membantu, Pak. Itu sangat membantu. Ada beberapa relaksasi yang diberikan, termasuk dalam hal penghitungan RBC, lalu juga pelaporan yang direlaksasi, dan juga ada hal-hal lain yang cukup, bukan hanya cukup, memang sangat membantu. Dan kebetulan tahun 2008 kemarin, waktu krisis juga kita menerima relaksasi yang mirip. Dan secara keseluruhan teman-teman di perusahaan anggota juga memang berharap counter cyclical yang diberikan atau relaksasi itu, ya itu sangat membantu, Pak. Walaupun memang ada beberapa lagi permintaan kami yang kami harapkan bisa juga diakomodasi oleh OJK. Dan mudah-mudahan itu lebih membantu lagi, Pak.
Ya.
Demikian, Pak Primus.
Ya. Pak Kristianto, terakhir Pak, 1 menit, imbauan OJK sebagai otoritas asuransi keuangan terhadap masyarakat umumnya dan industri pada khususnya.
Ya Pak, terima kasih Pak. Jadi untuk teman-teman di industri asuransi, ini kesempatan bagi kita untuk memberikan yang terbaik. Kalau dalam kondisi normal kita memberikan servis yang bagus, itu biasa. Tapi kalau dalam kondisi seperti ini, itu luar biasa. Dan konsumen akan menilai pelayanan dari perusahaan asuransi dalam kondisi yang seperti ini. Dan kami menghimbau untuk teman-teman di industri asuransi dan di asosiasi khususnya, diskusi, komunikasi, kerjasama ini tetap dijaga. Baik dalam rangka kami dalam menerbitkan kebijakan-kebijakan maupun teman-teman di industri dalam rangka menerbitkan inovasi-inovasi baik dalam produk maupun dalam pelayanannya. Dan untuk masyarakat, kami menghimbau untuk mari kita mulai melihat bahwa asuransi ini bukan lagi barang tertier seperti istilah Pak Togar, tapi ini menjadi kebutuhan, salah satu kebutuhan dalam kita menjalani. Demikian Pak.
Ya, baik Pak. Terima kasih. Pemirsa, kita sudah berdiskusi dengan 5 narasumber kita, dan poin penting dari ketiga narasumber ini adalah, pertama, perusahaan asuransi mempunyai komitmen yang penuh, yang kuat, tidak hanya kepada nasabahnya, tetapi kepada masyarakat. Ya, insurance industry has a strong commitment, not only for their customer, but for society. Begitu. Kemudian mereka sepakat bahwa saat ini, pada masa susah inilah, kesempatan bagi perusahaan asuransi untuk menunjukkan kepada nasabah, kepada publik, bahwa perusahaan asuransi memang hadir untuk memproteksi masyarakat. Terima kasih Pak Kristianto. Terima kasih Pak Jens. Thank you Pak.
Terima kasih
Terima kasih Pak Peter. Pak Nanta, terima kasih Pak Nanta. Pak Togar, terima kasih. Thank you all of you. Pemirsa, kita jumpa lagi akan datang dalam Zoom bersama Primus. Waktu saya kembali ke studio dengan Julita.
Baik, terima kasih untuk diskusinya Primus. Pemirsa, demikianlah Zooming with Primus. Saya Julita Tlomanua, selamat menikmati acara kami selanjutnya. Sampai jumpa.